after multiple FIRs and several leaders, top leaders from the Congress having in fact tested positive. Now the Karnataka Congress has called off its Padayatra. This comes in, let's take a look at the sequence of events that we have so far. In fact, Chief Minister Bommai actually reached out a short while back to the Karnataka Congress, essentially saying that it's ready to take measures on the Mekadatu project. Remember that the march that Karnataka Congress was conducting, this Padayatra, was over the Mekadatu issue. But they have now finally decided to postpone their Padayatra. But at the same time, the Congress said that it will resume from the same spot in Ramanagara after the situation in terms of the COVID situation in the state gets better. So, as we said, Basavaraj Bommai had in fact written a letter to Leader of Opposition and Congress leader Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar on this matter. He had requested to halt the Padayatra in view of rising COVID cases and assurance of taking necessary steps on Mekadatu project. Meanwhile, today the fourth FIR was registered against 30 Congress leaders for participating in the Padayatra. Remember, after Karnataka High Court had also slammed the state government for its inaction over Congress's Padayatra yesterday, asking them why were they unable to stop it. I am joined on the show by Mr. Brijesh Kalappa of the Congress. Mr. Kalappa, some people have said it's brazen, some others have called it defiance. And also at the time when the state as well as the country has been seeing such a major surge in COVID cases, the fact that Congress held out for so long, I mean, what did it actually take for this decision to come about? Because shouldn't it have been a more responsible decision taken much earlier by the Congress to call off this march?
See, the first thing is that we've been having some issues with regard to drinking water in Bengaluru. And these are persistent problems and they're refusing to go away. Now the state BJP has done valuable nothing, and it's just kind of wasting time while being in government. So it was our imperative duty for us to take this Padayatra and to remind them that they have to take the Mekadatu project forward. Now, after having done that, the High Court has today passed some certain orders and has also sought opinion of the Congress party. So naturally, when the High Court is pronounced on certain thing and spoken its words of wisdom, we are duty bound to follow that, and therefore we have now decided that we are going to stop the Padayatra for the moment and then resume once COVID cases come down.
Right. I mean, yes, of course, that might be a wiser decision, but why has this decision come so late, Mr. Kalappa? I mean, did we have to really wait for so many people to actually test positive before this decision was taken?
So that's also a decision the High Court will take, because the High Court is now seized of the matter, and they will also finally decide whether any violations were done and so on and so forth. So it's really for the High Court to decide that. Therefore, since the matter is in the High Court, it's best for us to not make further comments on the matter.
Right, yes, of course the High Court is seized of the matter and we know that. But sir, we are just asking as one of the chief national parties, Congress, a lot of people would have actually expected better from the Congress. This question is coming from that point of view.
Yeah, so let's see what the High Court has to say.
Okay. But then...
ultimately, when the High Court has to decide...
So are you, Mr. Kalappa, telling us that because the High Court said those, made those observations yesterday, now Congress has decided to cancel the Padayatra?
Certainly, one has to take into consideration what the High Court has said, no? Because ultimately, everything has to be decided.
Not the fact that several of your colleagues have tested positive after taking part in this?
No, we don't know if any of them have tested positive because of this yatra. Because cases are abounding. And in my family itself, there have been 7 to 8 cases. But none of them has gone to the Padayatra. I myself have not gone because I was handling the media. So then do you say that all of this is because of the Padayatra?
We are not saying, but it's just a sequence of events that we are pointing out.
It's a hypothesis. Therefore, it's a hypothesis. So let the High Court decide finally one way or another.
Right. Mr. Kalappa, thank you so much for joining us there. What we have in fact seen is that it actually took several days for the Congress. I mean, it started over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday onwards that this Padayatra had started. And it was at least over the past 4 to 5 days that this Padayatra went on. And we are not drawing any conclusions over here, but the fact of the matter is, as a sequence of events, if we have to put it out, there are at least 7 to 8 top Congress leaders who were participating in this Padayatra, who fell unwell, who tested positive, after having participated in this Padayatra. And also, of course, the visuals on your screen actually tell the whole story, how all sorts of COVID rules have been flouted because of this. The Karnataka High Court came down heavily on the state government yesterday, as well as on the Karnataka Congress, essentially saying what exactly were permissions sought for this Padayatra, and also what exactly has the state government done in order to stop this particular march from taking place. We've seen following that Bombay government, of course, reaching out to senior Congress leaders, talking to them early this morning. I'm also joined by my colleague Revati. Revati, if you can also, having, been seeing this and observing this from very close quarters, what exactly do you think made Congress change its mind? Because at least on the face of it, they were putting up a very defiant stand. 4 FIRs filed, but nothing was making them change their mind.
Well, there are various factors. One, to begin with, the High Court pulled up both the state government as well as the Congress party, asking one, what the state government had done on this Padayatra when the third wave, the COVID numbers are surging. On the other side, what the Congress party was doing, whether it had the required permission to take out this Padayatra, and whether all the COVID appropriate behavior was being followed. So both were bound to answer to the High Court. High Court had taken a very serious note of this issue in a public interest litigation. Secondly, the state government had put out warnings time and again. They registered 4 FIRs, but on the ground, there wasn't much action that was taken. There was no arrests that were made as opposed to what would happen in a common man's case. But in the end, Basuraj Bommai, the Chief Minister himself, put out a press note addressing to Siddaramaiah as well as DK Shivakumar, saying that he was ready to take steps to implement the Mekedatu project, taking all of them into confidence. Now, that is some sort of an assurance for the Congress as well, because that is what they were expecting from the government at this point of time. It is a sort of a win-win situation for all, except for the public, of course, the thousands of them who had attended the Padayatra, who could be infected from that. We only know about 7 leaders who have tested positive, but there could be several others who would have contracted the virus during that Padayatra, where all the COVID appropriate behavior were violated. Now, the state government, on one hand, did not want to take high-handed measures, did not want that kind of a clash on the ground, a standoff between the Congress party, Congress workers and the police, because starting early morning today after that government order, we saw very heavy police presence also in Ramnagara. So some sort of a standoff situation the government wanted to avoid, because in the eyes of the public, that would not look good. And on the other side, the Congress party also, once the Chief Minister himself has sort of like put his ego aside and written this letter saying that we'll take you into confidence, we will take steps to implement that project. If the Congress continues the Padayatra, in spite of the surge in numbers, that would not look good in the eyes of the public for the Congress as well. So all of these various factors put together has led to this decision of the Congress postponing the Yatra. But remember, it has been about a week now since thousands of people have been gathering every day. So in the coming days, we'll have to see how the positivity rate and the surge in cases in that district goes as well.
Right. Revati, stay with us. There's more breaking update on this story that we are following. In fact, Karnataka government has responded to Congress's claims, saying that COVID numbers in the state were being fabricated to stop this particular Padayatra. The Karnataka government has responded, essentially saying, and I quote, "We welcome Congress's decision to end this Yatra. We did not want a standoff. They've realized COVID numbers are increasing and could not be irresponsible anymore. We were ready to stop them. Massive police deployment was also made, but we are glad it has ended this way." Right, let me go across to my colleague Revati. Revati, we can see this back and forth is still going on between Karnataka government and the Karnataka Congress over the COVID situation in the state.
Well, this statement is the latest in the series of strange arguments from the Congress side. From the time this Padayatra began, we saw this blame game going on between the BJP and the Congress, one calling the other irresponsible, saying that if the BJP could take out, attend gatherings, take out meetings, then why not the Congress? Why FIRs registered only against the Congress party? The Congress leaders have also gone on to say that the COVID numbers or the COVID wave that they're talking about is sort of shown only to stop the Padayatra, and the government is doing everything that it can to stop the Padayatra. That is their ultimate aim, is what the Congress is alleging. Some of the leaders went on to say that the third wave is not the third wave is very mild. It's a flu-like situation. It's not as dangerous as the government wants us to believe. So there is nothing to worry. There were other leaders who went on to say that people are coming in voluntarily. We have not forced for the public to come in and join the Padayatra. So all of these statements coming in from different Congress leaders. In fact, yesterday, DK Suresh, earlier today, MP DK Suresh went on to say that the DC had sent a notice to them after the government order prohibiting the Padayatra. We did not accept that notice because it could have been touched or signed by a positive person. It was sent to us to spread the COVID virus. So all of these strange arguments and statements coming in from the Congress party, and even as the Padayatra has been halted for now, this blame game continues to go on.
Revati, thank you so much for bringing us these breaking updates.